I'm Dr. Tionga Shana, a medical doctor by profession and a mom of 3. I started coming to Mount Zion about 2.5 years ago. Last year, about October, I was pregnant, 5 months pregnant, and experiencing severe contractions. And this was before my due date. Well, we prayed about it. I was in and out of hospital. But the major time where I actually had an incident was the 31st of December. I had planned to come to crossover night, and I started having these severe contractions, which sent me to hospital. While in hospital, I even started bleeding. While doing the scan, I was told my cervix was dilating and there was no chance of this baby surviving. We started to pray, and after some time they realized that the cervix just stopped at about 4 centimeters, and they told me, go home, rest, you'll be on bed rest up until delivery, that's if you even make it. But we continued trusting God. While in hospital, I tuned in on e-platform and also tapped into the grace of the sudden acts of God. While on bed rest, I continued coming to church every Sunday, first service, and just continued trusting God. We pushed all the way to March, and the baby was due. Day of delivery, I had my aunt come in with my sisters. They anointed my hands, my feet, and we started waiting for the operation as it was scheduled. This operation was scheduled for 2 p.m., 14 hours ambient time, but I waited up until 20 hours before they took me to theater. I had not told my obstetrician what I do for a living, so upon getting to theater, I met colleagues who greeted me by name. Hi, Dr. Shana, how are you doing? You've come to visit us. And I'm thinking, oh no, I didn't want anyone to know what I do. But instead of leaving theater, they followed me to theater to tell the fellow colleagues, no, take care of our person. And the anesthesiologist changed the method of anesthesia used. Instead of general anesthesia, which is completely switching me off, he decided to do spinal. Instead of getting upset, I just told the Lord, you've got this. And while in operation, I started to drown. Fluid was going into my lungs, and the anesthesiologist started trying to pump it out. While he was pumping it out, the surgeon was having trouble removing the baby. When he removed the baby, I understood why God wanted me awake. I heard the faintest cry I have ever heard. And instead of panicking, I just started to thank God for life. The anesthesiologist asked me to just hang on, not to close my eyes. He told me I'll be drowning a bit, but they're going to save my baby. They resuscitated her for a good 8 minutes and then showed her to me and rushed her to ICU. They finished the operation, took me to recovery, but while in recovery, I kept hearing the nurses, can the mother come and see the baby? Can the mother come and see the baby? And trust me, no medical personnel calls for any family members unless things are bad. So I did not want to panic. I get taken to the ward and the nurses keep coming after every 30 minutes. And I'm thinking, Lord, I need a miracle. The nurses in the ward told the nurses from ICU, the mother will be there in the morning. In the morning when I was taken to ICU, I stood there watching this baby behind the glass. She was connected to every tube possible. She was on a ventilator, the highest possible amount of oxygen. And I stood there with my aunt and I just declared, the blessings of the Lord maketh one rich and addeth no sorrow. People came visiting and we just kept saying, the baby is well, the baby is well. And I'm thinking, Lord, it's my time to experience sudden acts. Day 4. Well, just after delivery, this was a Tuesday night. Wednesday, I tuned into the online service And Bishop prayed for me and the baby. Thursday, when I went to see the baby, I found she had pulled out the tubes on her own. And they were surprised she was tolerating oxygen by herself. But they wanted to continue monitoring her. And by day 7, the baby that everybody said would not make it, including the ICU staff, was discharged home. And we just thank God for that blessing of life and experiencing the sudden acts as our theme of this year.